Good afternoon to Patna Sahib Singh Pathshala. Today is 5th of August and we are in CSAT class 2. In our dear class, I had explained how to read a passage and how to approach the questions. And this is a practice session, and we will continue to do the same things again and again so that by the time of examination our habit becomes our reflex, so that we do it subconsciously without thinking too much. And this passage belongs to Civil Services Aptitude Paper 2013. Let us start with the passage. One more thing, the method of reading of the passage is most important thing. We have to underline the keywords while reading the passage. So let us start with the passage and learn how the keywords are identified. Ecological research over the last quarters of the century has established the deleterious effect of habitat fragmentation due to mining, highways and other intrusions on forests. So we are here deleterious effects and habitat fragmentation and intrusion on forests. These are the three key phrases that we can see. Next, when a large block of forest gets fragmented into a smaller bits, the edges of all these bits come into contact with human activities, resulting in degradation of the entire forests. So the keywords can be fragmented into a smaller bits, edges, human activities and degradation. These are the keywords. Now continuity of forested landscapes and corridors gets disrupted, affecting several extinction prone species of wildlife. Continuity of, by fragmentation, continuity of forested landscapes and corridors gets disrupted. So here continuity is a keyword and disrupted is keyword, and extinction prone species is keyword. Extinction prone means those who are liable to be extinction, those who are more tending towards extinction. Habitat fragmentation, and again the habitat fragmentation is therefore considered as the most serious threat to biodiversity conservation. Habitat fragmentation is key phrase, most serious is key threat, and threat to biodiversity conservation is key phrase. Ad hoc grants of forested landscapes to mining companies coupled with rampant illegal mining is aggravating this threat. Ad hoc means not without any planning. It's called ad hoc. Grants of forested landscapes is the key phrase. Rampant illegal mining. Illegal mining is the key phrase. Aggravating means to make the things more serious, more worse than earlier. This threat of biodiversity conservation. So in entire passage we can see. Now we have to go through the questions. Question number 1: what is the central focus of the passage? In entire passage we can see habitat fragmentation, fragmented landscapes, again habitat fragmentation. Everywhere habitat fragmentation is being discussed and its effects on biological diversity is being considered. Habitat fragmentation leads to a small blocks of forests, and in a small blocks of forests, extinction prone species become more vulnerable, and habitat fragmentation is the most serious threat to biodiversity conservation, and grants of forest lands to mining coupled with the rampant illegal mining aggravates this threat of biodiversity conservation. So we can easily delineate what is the central focus of the passage. Illegal mining in forest, this is not the central focus. Extinction of the wildlife, this is also not the central focus. Conservation of nature, this is also not the central focus. Disruption of habitat is the central focus, because habitat fragmentation has been given in the very first line. That is the central theme, and that central focus has several other effects. like extinction of the species, threat to biodiversity conservation, and so on and so forth. So disruption of habitat is the central focus of the passage. You can easily identify habitat fragmentation has been introduced in the first sentence itself, and now the effect of habitat fragmentation has been discussed in entire passage. So the central focus will be disruption of the habitat. Now come to second question. What is the purpose of maintaining continuity of forested landscapes and corridors? Here is the continuity word. Continuity of forested landscapes and corridors gets disrupted, affecting several extinction prone species of wildlife. So effect of discontinuity of the forested landscape is extinction or extinction prone species become more vulnerable to extinction. Their conservation becomes more difficult, their preservation becomes more difficult. So purpose of maintaining continuity of forested landscapes can be preservation of biodiversity, which is already given, biodiversity conservation, because lack of continuity leads to threat to the biodiversity conservation. Habitat fragmentation causes threat to biodiversity conservation. Therefore, continuity of the forested landscapes will lead to their preservation of the biodiversity. Maintaining continuity of forested landscapes and corridors. Management of mineral resources. This is not the point in this passage. Management of mineral resources is not the purpose of maintaining continuity of forested landscapes and corridors. Grant of forest landscapes for human activities. This is also not the purpose of maintaining continuity of forested landscapes. The only purpose of continuity of forested landscapes is biodiversity conservation, that is preservation of biodiversity. So the correct answer will be A. So this is the way. First of all, you have to understand to search the keywords, and keywords are those words which keywords or key phrases which will lead you towards answers. And another way of knowing these things is you might start from the question itself in the examination. So continuity of forested landscapes. So mark the word continuity in the questions and go here and you can search the continuity. And central focus of the passage, you can easily understand the central theme is habitat fragmentation, fragmentation. You can see at several places habitat fragmentation has been discussed. So the central focus is habitat fragmentation. So this is the way to approach a passage and to answer them, and keep practicing, keep learning. Bye bye.